I'm Cecily Oliver, State Vice President for Louisiana FFA.
And I'm Parker Carlino, Louisiana FFA State Sentinel. Thanks for joining us for This Week in Louisiana Agriculture, the only TV show bringing Louisiana farmers and consumers together every week. And if you're wondering where Kristen and Avery are, well, you'll see Kristen later on in the show, but you're stuck with us for this week.
That's right, we're taking over TWILA to celebrate National FFA Week. During this week, FFA chapters across America are conducting activities and events that highlight the impacts of agriculture education and the role that FFA plays in growing leaders, building communities, and strengthening agriculture.
For this week's TWILA episode, we're going to visit some FFA chapters in Louisiana that are providing amazing opportunities for the students to engage with agriculture. Let's start with some programs that have a unique focus on plant science.
Today we are visiting the Covington High School Ag Department to meet Head Advisor Bryant Laird.
It's about my 5th year here at Covington High School, actually an alumnus of Covington High School. Proud to be here, and we are all about hands-on agriculture. We have been very blessed that our school board has supported us with a really nice facility that we can do a lot of things hands-on with our students.
Students at Covington High get a chance to experience a break from the everyday classroom during their ag classes due to the open room setup and hands-on learning opportunities. Along with the outdoor classroom, students work closely in a honeybee project.
Hoo-wee, the honeybee program. I'm excited about that. I want to thank Commissioner Mike Strain of the Louisiana Department of Ag and Forestry for calling us out and getting us to be a part of this program. Super excited. We're going to have 28 brand new beekeepers.
Covington High students are responsible for taking care of the bees at home per parent consent. The honeybee project was originally started to help combat common collapse disorder, which is the most common disorder that disrupts and destroys honeybee farms.
Without honeybees and with this colony collapse disorder, there's been a lot of scientists working on trying to figure out the problem with it. Not quite sure if they've hit the nail on the head yet of exactly what that is, but we know it is a big concern, and we hope that one day they find the answer to it.
Moving now from Covington High School, we begin walking down the halls of the Jennings High School Ag Department.
Aaron Bobeff, I'm an ag teacher here at Jennings High School. We're a 2-teacher department with myself and Aaron Raspberry. At Jennings High, we're very involved in a lot of different things, a lot of activities. So we have 2 aspects to our plant science unit. We do CDEs and we do SAEs. And so with the Agronomy CDE, that's our biggest plant science event. We are getting students to learn about not just plant identification, but seed identification, how to identify and manage insect pests, what all the different crop disorders are.
Students in this ag department have learned so much and competed on many different teams. Some of the biggest accomplishments that they have done is competing on the national level in agronomy. Many students have learned the hard work and dedication that it takes to not only win an area, but become national champions.
We have others who are doing SAEs outside of scheduled class time that involve scouting rice or working for a flying service or running their own landscape management operations and things like that. So we're a little diversified with that.
Jennings FFA was one of the 5 Louisiana FFA teams that placed in the top 10 in national competitions last year. And of course, we are grateful for the continued support of Commissioner Mike Strain and the Louisiana Department of Agriculture and Forestry. To learn more about plant science curriculum and opportunities in FFA, visit twilatv.org.
I'm Kennedy Pellerin, State Treasurer for Louisiana FFA.
And I'm Haley Fashon, Louisiana FFA State Secretary. Animal science and the care of livestock is one of the oldest and most traditional components of any FFA program. In fact, the National FFA organization was founded in 1928 at a livestock show, the American Royal in Kansas City, Missouri.
As populations have shifted from rural to suburban and urban areas, fewer students have had the opportunity to interact with the livestock. This week, we are visiting 2 Louisiana FFA programs that have overcome this challenge by bringing the animals to the students.
In Southeast Louisiana, at Franklin Senior High School, these students are getting the amazing opportunity to work closely with the swine industry, where they are able to gain knowledge and many different skills through raising and showing swine.
So here at Franklin High School, we have 16 show pigs on campus that we run through every show season. And we typically have about 8 exhibitors showing these pigs.
From being there at birth with these hogs in the farrowing crate and giving them all of their vaccinations and ear notches, These students spend 7 long months working closely with their hogs to ensure the safety and health of their animals while preparing them for the show ring.
One thing that we do every single week on Mondays, our students will change out their bedding every single week and sanitize those pens with any type of disinfectant type things. We use soap, we use bleach, any other type of things that we use to ensure that their housing and that where they're staying is completely clean and free of any type of organisms that may harm them. Some things that we've had problems with in the past, which kind of made this be a weekly thing, is mites. So typically swine lice or mites really can put a damper on those pigs' growth habits, especially when they're young. So from us sanitizing those pens every single week, we're ensuring that their housing is clean, and in order for them to be healthy and all the time, to ensure that those things are happening.
In Lafayette Parish, Acadiana High School has expanded their FFA program to include 13 dairy heifers to allow members and students to become more involved within agriculture and the show stock lifestyle.
Usually around 2-3 months old, and then we feed them, and we usually will keep them for as long as we choose to for that. So they get to learn the dairy practices. We worm them once a month. They help with assisting with the worming. As far as giving shots, usually I'm the one that does that, or one of my coworkers do that.
To ensure safety of the students and livestock, the ag teachers take care of all the livestock medical needs, such as vaccinations. These students get to take part in the experience of how to maintain their heifers through feeding, bathing, and clipping their livestock. These students also come to school over the weekends, holiday breaks, and after school to spend extra time training their dairy heifer for showmanship. But it doesn't stop there. Acadiana provides students with the opportunity to raise white leghorn production hens. These hens provide the perfect opportunity for special needs students within the program to take part in learning about raising and handling livestock.
But their responsibility every day is to feed the chickens. We usually release them in the mornings, pick them up in the afternoon, pick the eggs, wash them, and actually put them in the cases for our customers. They do a great job. That's their sole purpose when coming here to ag class, and they're completely responsible for it. They know how to get everything in there. They know exactly what to feed them, how much to feed them, and so they learn by just doing this every day, and they actually got really good at it, actually.
Whether we are driving hogs at Franklin Senior High School or caring for dairy cows and chickens at Acadian High School, these students are gaining many skills and knowledge about this industry. Louisiana FFA members participate each year in livestock shows across the state, including at the State Fair, North Louisiana Ag Expo, and at LSU and Southern University shows. To learn more about animal science programs in the FFA, visit twilatv.org. I'm Abigail Davis, Louisiana FFA State Parliamentarian.
I'm Emerson Lyons, Louisiana FFA State Reporter.
And I'm Kylie Trish, State Vice President for Louisiana FFA. Something that I've always valued as an FFA member is being taught how to fix things by my ag teacher. From changing a flat tire to wiring a light bulb, I've learned practical skills in my ag class that will help me be more independent in life.
Our state and nation have critical need for skilled tradespeople, and our FFA Agriculture Mechanics curriculum provides students with the opportunity to be job ready straight out of high school. This week, we visit 2 Louisiana FFA chapters that are producing a highly skilled workforce.
Manny High School's ag program specializes in everything from Agri-Science 1 and 2 to welding and electricity. Teaching agricultural education here for the last 28 years is Mr. Daryl Simmons, a man whose passion says it all.
These kids, they want the achievement level that they need, they want to see. They want to go on and see what the world has to offer for them. They're out there now, they're seeing some of this. We go to contests, we go to different places and let the kids get away from Manny. They go to our district contest or our area contest, and to allow these kids to get the experience. And when the kids leave here, they're certified in welding 1. And part 1 and part 2, and usually in stick welding, MIG welding, plasma cutting, and carbon arc gouging is what they usually they go to. Kids that are out there now that are working, that's where the success is at. Whenever I see kids and they come back and they bring a success story to me and tell me about the program and what it meant to them, and they come back and they thank me for what we've taught them, that's where the success is at there with it.
Manny High's ag program isn't the only program that emphasizes the importance of ag mechanics. Mr. Heath Lucas is instilling the same values of hard work and dedication into his program at Grant High School. From electricity to small engines, he believes each lesson paves the way for his students' success.
It's important for students to learn ag mechanics, even if they're not going to go into the field of welding, small engines, or electricity, but just to be able to do basic household repairs. If they have to change an electrical outlet, the student can do that on his own without having to call an electrician. If their lawnmower wasn't running, they know how to troubleshoot that problem, fix it, and make their lawnmower run again. At first, it took me years of experience in collaborating with other ag teachers and learning how to be successful in these CDEs and as far as teaching the curriculums, but it takes a lot of hard work and practice with the students. Almost every day, students are practicing ag mechanics here to get to the level that they're at today.
Both Manny and Grant High School's FFA programs have excelled in the area of ag mechanics. Whether that be in contest or with students going out and succeeding in life, the students that go through these programs are equipped with tools that will take them far into their future and give us hope for the future generation of agriculture.
Many of our ag mechanic students earn credentials and industry-based certifications that lead directly to high-wage and high-demand jobs. To learn more about Louisiana FFA ag mechanic programs, visit twilatv.org. I'm Bryson Bonnet, Louisiana FFA State Vice President. Still to come on TWILA, we go visit a Louisiana crawfish farm for a brand new feasting on agriculture. Stay with us.
Feasting on Agriculture with Kristen Oaks White is brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council, beef, it's what's for dinner, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, think rice.
Welcome to Feasting on Agriculture. I'm Kristen Oaks White, and today we're in Vadrine, Louisiana, braving the elements because it is a chilly 40 degrees with 40-mile-an-hour winds, it feels like. But we're here to celebrate and ring in the most wonderful time of year here in Louisiana, crawfish season. So let's go hop on a boat and see how the crawfish season's shaking out. Could not have picked a better day.
It's pretty right, yep. Feels like springtime.
It sure does.
Yeah! Once your face gets numb, well, you don't feel it. That's right.
What crawfish season has it been like thus far this year? So tell me how it's getting started.
Right, so we're off to a slow start naturally. This fall has been a record dry fall for most of the country, to be honest. In the crawfish industry, rice and crawfish industry, we're obviously dependent on water, so it hits the pocketbook whenever we have to pump as much as we have. Also, the oxygen activity and of natural, a water source such as rainfall really improves the habitat and the environment for crawfish to conducively gain size and mature. So we're just off to a slow start. Naturally, we're seeing winter kick in a little later than normal, and so anyway, that's gonna affect the crawfish industry, from every aspect, from peelers to the live market.
Since we had a warm and a mild fall and winter, I assumed that would mean they might be bigger crawfish.
No.
But that has nothing to do with it.
No,
okay.
I mean, you need, crawfish need to basically shed. They're not literally shedding, but every time they molt, right? So every time that occurs, in a drastic change in temperature, you see them size up. That's right.
Farming is often a family affair, and it's no different right here in Vadrine. That's why Brad purchased this farm from his uncle Mitch, and he's hoping to learn everything that Mitch knows about crawfish farming.
My man's particular about his operation here.
Start off with a trout.
That's right.
Mitch, how long have you been in the crawfish industry?
Since 1983.
1983. And tell me, in that time in the industry, what kind of changes have you seen?
The market's changed. How many people are crawfishing?
You've been doing this for so long. What do you want them to know about you and the product that you provide?
It's a way of life, and it's not cheap. What I want them to know, it's an art.
Tell me what this fall and winter were like.
This fall is very dry. We had to pump up a lot in October. First weekend, we start flooding in October. And we didn't have enough fluctuation of temperature. It was 80, 85 degrees in December and stayed like that for 2 weeks.
So many people think that the cold weather is what affects the size and the quantity. Is the cold worse for you or the lack of rain?
Well, I'd say a little bit of both. You know, financially, probably the lack of rain. You know, from a production standpoint, I would say that the cooler temperatures later are really affecting us. You know, we need volatile temperature changes for our stock seed crawfish, you know, to increase in size, which really promotes, you know, the quality of the crawfish. Quantity is really not going to be affected. It's going to be the quality, which everybody really needs right now, especially the fresh market.
I know you've always wanted to do this.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
this has been a dream for you to have your own farm. So what does that feel like?
Correct. Well, it's great. Obviously, it's a family operation. It's you know, I guess I'd be the fourth generation, you know, on this farm. We're very fortunate that, you know, my family was willing to sell it to us, and we're just looking to sustain it, you know, and so I can pass it down to, you know, my kids.
Well, now that we've got a couple of sacks of crawfish, we're going to head over to the shed, and after the break, we're going to come back, and Brad's going to boil us up some of this crawfish. Now we're back under the shed, a little bit warmer, and we're here to do the favorite part of everybody's crawfish experience, and that's to boil them. And Brad, everybody's got their own recipe. Every Cajun person that I know has their special way. You're going to share your recipe.
Right. Yep.
What's the first step? What's the first thing we need to do?
Really, so we get the crawfish, you know, out of the field. Obviously, come in these purple sacks here. Everybody does it a little differently. It's kind of like cooking a gumbo.
Right.
There's hundreds of ways to cook a gumbo. Everybody's trying to get to the same end result. You know, I have probably a third. This is a 60-quart pot. Probably have about a third of it water. I have 16 ounces of liquid concentrated seafood boil. I have 3 pounds of dry seasoning, and then I have a quart of lemon juice in there.
Okay.
So first step, crawfish, add it to the water, which is what we're gonna do right now.
Can you hear their tiny screams?
A little bit. You can see you can see the cringing, right? Then we're gonna turn that a little bit higher, right?
Okay.
Then we got about, I'm gonna say, I don't know, 10 to 12 minutes.
Okay.
And then once they get to the right spot, we'll take them out, and then we'll show you what we do the rest of the way.
I'm so excited because now we're ready for the finale.
It's that time.
And you're gonna let me do the most important part.
You're gonna do the critical part, that's right.
Is there a way to screw this up?
I don't think so. Even if you do, I think we might be able to fix it. A little
Okay.
rebound from it, all
Oh.
right? Okay. So we're gonna just let this drain a little bit here.
Okay.
Okay.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah, they are. All right.
So I can put all of this.
You're gonna put the whole bag.
The whole thing.
So the bag
Okay.
of seasoning is gonna go first.
So we're seasoning with the bag first.
That's right. Okay. All right.
So how many pounds is this?
So this is probably 34, 35 pounds of
34,
crawfish.
35,
Yeah,
okay.
so just sprinkle the bag, the whole thing over there.
Get every little bam
All right.
in there.
Good enough? Okay, now come with the butter. Got it going on.
Now this is, see, I don't know anybody who does it like this but you.
Here you go with the lemon juice. Okay.
Ooh.
Like I
Okay.
said earlier, butter is kind of to, you know, soften them up a little bit. Don't need a whole lot of help right now this early in the season. Lemon juice helps to, you know, break down the seasoning and get it into the crawfish a little
And it's
better.
just delicious.
That's right. That's right. All right. Close this.
So you don't need to stir it or anything.
I'm not gonna stir. I'm gonna give it a little shake here in a minute.
Shake, shake, okay.
That's right. So we're just gonna Now, again, waiting time. We're gonna have to wait another, 10 or so minutes. And then we'll actually drain all of this, and then we'll pour it back over, and then we can serve.
Okay, and so it's like a little convection oven.
It's incubating right now.
Incubating.
That's right. Yeah, fermenting.
Now the magic moment has come, and it's where the crawfish meets the plastic instead of the rubber meets the road. So let's test.
The verdict is in.
Brad's final. Now I'm not the best at peeling them.
It's all right.
We'll see. Okay.
C'est bon?
C'est bon. Let's see.
I'll have a mushroom.
See, I love them seasoned on the outside, and the mushrooms are my favorite too.
It's not too much on your hands, is it?
I don't even care.
That's right. That's right.
I don't even care.
Just let your hair down when we're eating crawfish.
I'm gonna keep eating.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna do at home, and you can just sit there and be jealous.
Yeah.
But Brad, it's been great. Thank you so much for having us out here today. And if you want the recipe for Brad's special crawfish boil, we'll put a link on our website, twilatv.org. And until next time, we'll see you back on Feasting on Agriculture.
Feasting on Agriculture with Kristen Oaks White was brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, Louisiana Crawfish, ask before you eat, and by the Louisiana Beef Industry Council, Beef, it's what's for dinner, and by the Louisiana Rice Promotion Board, Think Rice.
Kristen, that crawfish looks amazing. To find more about Louisiana crawfish and some great tips for cooking them in your own backyard, head on over to our website at twilatv.org. Hey everyone, I'm Peyton Little, Louisiana FFA State President. After seeing that last segment, I just know that you are craving some Louisiana crawfish like I am. There are places to grab crawfish all across the state. Of course, the best place to get it is from the farmer directly. There are a lot of ways we celebrate National FFA Week. We may spend a day of service around our community or wear blue to show our FFA pride. But what we are most excited about is Give FFA Day.
Don't forget to mark your calendar for Give FFA Day.
When is Give FFA Day?
Give FFA Day is February 24th, so don't forget to set your reminder.
Got it. Setting a reminder now.
On Give FFA Day, we can show support for FFA members and the future of agriculture during our annual day of giving, and everyone can help us by spreading the word.
That's a great idea. I'll share it on social media and encourage others to do the same.
And remember, no matter the amount, every donation counts.
Here in Louisiana, we've got big plans for Give FFA Day. We're having a sock fundraiser. Yeah, that's right. We're selling 2 pairs of Louisiana FFA socks for $25. That money will go to the Louisiana FFA Foundation. Also, we have made a goal to raise $10,000 in Louisiana to start a disaster relief program to help local chapters affected by storms. We have an anonymous donor who's already offered to match the first $3,000 donated. So that's a huge start. If you'd like to help us reach that goal, I think we can blow that number out of the water, head on over to twilatv.org and we'll link you to all the ways you can help us. And thank you so much for making this year's Give FFA Day a success. That does it for this edition of TWILA. We hope you learned a little more this week about Louisiana FFA and all that we offer our students. Next week, Avery and Kristen will be back here on set and they'll have another great episode of TWILA for you. Until then, you can watch all of our stories online at twilatv.org and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For all of us here at Louisiana FFA and TWILA, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you again right here next week.